Stay strong, Joe Exotic. He's bad.
That bitch Carole Baskin thinks she can tell me what to do. Well, she can't.
What are you...
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, welcome to our next mukbang. Carole, why don't you take them through what we're going to eat today?
Well, first we have homemade In-N-Out fries. Well, the fries, they're not from In-N-Out, but the sauce has like the signature ingredients from the secret In-N-Out sauce.
Just my personal opinion, Whataburger is far superior to In-N-Out.
Disagree.
Yes. The fries, they got the special sauce if you order them animal style or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're going after.
Yeah, and then I made vegan peanut butter blondies, and since this is kind of like my birthday mukbang, I made a chocolate cake.
Like the kind they had in Annie. That fat kid had to eat.
Matilda!
Annie, Matilda, like the kind they had in Matilda. Whatever.
Okay, we should start eating. This is also going to be Halloween. Wait, the wig's getting... Okay, since this is Halloween themed, we're going to be, I guess, talking about like our top horror films, favorite horror films or thrillers.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to your accent? Are you
going
to keep it for the rest of
It'd be a lot of work. But yeah, no, I'll keep the accent.
The accent. Wait, let's try this first, since this is kind of like a taste test. Here. We'll try the fries.
This is loose.
This is with In-N-Out secret special sauce. It's not a secret anymore. But you guys can just make this at home, honestly. What do you think?
Yeah, you guys can just make this at home. You don't need us eating in front of you.
You don't need In-N-Out, you mean?
This mustache is coming off. You?
For you and your mustache?
For my mustache.
Mustache?
All right. Carole, why don't you tell them what's in this In-N-Out sauce?
Ooh. It has ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, dill pickles, salt and pepper. And usually they top the fries with caramelized onions. Wait, does she have an accent?
I don't remember. Not like Joe Exotic.
Okay. Just kidding. Are you cringe?
It's really bad. It was cringe.
No, really? No, it wasn't.
Wasn't good.
Okay, anyway. Favorite. You look scary. Your mustache. You need to fix your mustache.
It's falling off. I'm sweating underneath. It's tough. My poor mustache.
Make sure it doesn't get lost in the fry. I'm with you.
Maybe I'll get some super glue and just put it on that way.
No way. So favorite horror movies. Me. What?
You can't do it.
Take it off.
Earrings.
You put the necklace on that?
It looked awkward. No, like if you turn it around, I think that's how it's supposed to be. But
Yeah.
when I was like unbending it, it got like crooked, and now it's all like.
No, that's how
wobbly.
it's supposed to. It's like a choker.
Yeah, but it's not like flat now. It's like.
Oh, okay. Because you're super strong.
Yeah.
One of my favorite horror movies is Hereditary. Start with that. It's one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Probably The Sixth Sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all time?
I mean, like if it came out nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be the same. But I think back then it was like really ahead of its time, and like
I
everyone wanted
agree.
to copy it after that.
I think watching it as a child is horrifying. That was a good movie.
I think I was in middle school maybe when I saw it, but yeah, it was like super scary.
I also really like Midsommar, which stars Florence Pugh, and it's about this. Is it a flower festival or some kind of festival in Sweden?
Like some fall flower festival or something.
Some fall flower festival, and it ends up, without having to spoil anything, and it ends up being this cult. And it's Florence Pugh is so good in that movie, and I think the plot in itself is so good.
I don't know, for me, I always really like the exorcism movies.
The original one?
Well, special effects in that one haven't aged as well, but in general, like exorcism movies.
Why?
Well, to me, exorcisms, I think, can be real. And I think if you really think about that and treat it as real, it's probably the scariest thing ever. Like being possessed by a demon or Satan or whoever, like that's like terrifying.
And if you were to see it, I think, happen to a loved one, I think that's even scarier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like the real horror of it. Oh, okay. Let's go to shows. I really like The Haunting of Bly Manor. That was a
I think
good
The Haunting of Hill House was better, the original.
Why?
But I also think the same thing about American Horror Story. Like season 1 was clearly.
Oh, that
To
was
me,
that was
that
the
was the
best
best.
season for me. I love American Horror Story, but then as the
I think they tried to get too like fancy with it and like too edgy, and it ends up just kind of being like a hack job.
plus mixing politics with like horror. Remember that season with like
Yeah, but I don't even think we finished that one.
no, it's too hard to watch. Another movie I like is under psychological thrillers is Gone Girl with
It's
Ben
pretty
Affleck
good.
and I forget the actress's name.
An underrated psychological thriller is Fractured with Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling.
I think I've seen that.
And speaking of Anthony Hopkins, I don't think we can finish horror without referring to Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yes,
Which is very good.
I also really like Sinister. I think
That
it's
was
a
also
two-part. Yeah, it's a two-part movie with the first one has Ethan Hawke in it, and it's about this writer who moves to this house. He like moves his entire family to this house just to write a story about a family that was murdered in that house, and he drags his entire family into that.
That was also a very good movie.
Also, Joker.
Mm-hmm. Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job.
When I watched it, I thought that Joker was like the best film of 2020. It just came out this year, right?
I think it was this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was, I don't remember. It was good though.
Joker is my it's up there for sure. And a classic for me would be Signs by M. Night
Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Shyamalan, who also did Sixth
M. Night
Sense.
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan, who also did The Sixth Sense. Signs is when I first watched that. Oh, Joaquin Phoenix is also in that with Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I like that. I don't normally like movies about aliens, but for some reason that scene where there's like a clip, the news clip that Joaquin Phoenix is watching on the television and this huge alien steps into the frame, it reminded me of Tall Man.
Mm.
We finished it.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
No. Now we're gonna have. So this one is just honestly, I think 5 ingredients. It has. Yeah. Ooh. I'll never do that right. Peanut butter cups. Yeah, Reese's peanut butter cups. Peanut butter chips. Peanut butter. This is an almond milk. I think. Did I already say that?
Man, this needs milk.
Oh yeah. I forgot to bring out milk. I actually just got this recipe from Instagram.
Yeah.
And I normally don't trust recipes posted by those food accounts on Instagram because sometimes they don't come out right, but this actually did. Oh, another movie I really like, a horror film, is Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of a thriller. I forget what the name of the actor is, but they had some really great acting in that movie, and the plot's unique too because I think it also touches on it has like racist or racism undertones.
Keep it together, Carole.
UK represent.
That's right.
What's wrong, Joe? Got it?
Oh, my hair is too heavy for my head. My hair is too heavy for my head. It's too tight.
You gotta stay in character. What about the movie Psycho?
For a classic, it's very good. I think I told you this before. In college, I took it was technically an English class, but it was about film. So it was basically a film class. We would write about films. I wrote 2 of my papers about Psycho. That was,
Oh
it's
yes!
a good movie.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What did your teacher say about your paper?
I don't remember.
This
but I got
kid's
an A
so
in the class.
My favorite genre, I probably should have started with this, but my favorite genre is horror or psychological thriller. I'm not much of a action, maybe somewhat action. Comedy, I'm not so much into. Rom-coms, I'm not also into very much. Any chance I get to watch like a psychological thriller, whether it's a show, television show, or movie, I jump right at. I really like murder mystery cases too. You know, those things that they have on Netflix.
I mean, I really like psychological
I really
thrillers. I really like psychological thrillers and horror movies. Comedies as well. Frankly, the action movies don't do a whole lot for me. It just seems awfully repetitive. After a while, hold on. And you know, rom-coms, I didn't normally do it for me, but the regular comedies, there just aren't that many good comedy movies nowadays. And really, that's where the TV shows come in. But when it comes to movies, psychological thrillers and horror, it's the way I go.
Well, first of all, Nathan doesn't really have the attention span.
True.
Help. Anyway, this is going to sound random, but we have a couple of questions that we're going to answer. This was sent in on Instagram, on my Instagram. There's a Q&A for both of us for this video. We're only going to do 2. So, one is it Harvard? Is it hard having a fiance who works in the healthcare industry since med takes some time or so much time?
I find it relatively easy because as of now, I'm the one who goes in and she's working from home. But I assume that question was meant for you, Carole.
Joe, I didn't know you were a doctor, too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were medicine.
The best damn doctor ever.
What kind of doctor are you?
The fake kind. The psychologist.
The fake kind.
Not a real doctor.
Silly.
I could have been, but I wanted to focus on my tigers.
Oh, you're in Tiger Farm? That's why they call you Tiger King? Tiger King.
We're not very good at accents.
We try.
You want to answer that question, though?
I think for me, it really depends. Like for personally, I feel like Nathan and I are both very laid back. So even though either of us is busy, we both still find ways to make time for each other. I think it becomes a priority innately.
We're both pretty independent.
Yeah, we're both very independent. We're both very laid back. So I don't feel like when he gets home from work and I'm studying all day, or like I feel like I never stop working when I'm awake. Even though Nathan gets home, I'm still up until what time at night. But we do set time for each other, and it's not hard. And I think we both respect each other. That we both want each other to like thrive in our careers, and we both love our careers. So I think that's a factor.
Yeah, and you're not in a field anyways that's like, you're not working 100 hours a week, so that helps.
When I start residency, maybe it'll be different. No, just kidding.
Ask me again in a couple of years.
Huh?
Ask me again in a couple of years.
Yeah, in a couple of years. But since we've already talked about this, we both know we're both going to be busy, but family is super important to both of us. I don't think it's going to be an issue. You don't have to. Is your significant other a doctor? If not... If not, how do you guys manage to maintain everything? I'm guessing this is like priority-wise. How do we...
Well, yes, to the first question, technically. She's a physician. I'm a PhD doctor. Hard
You
to
said the
believe.
fake kind.
The fake kind of
Don't
doctor.
say that though.
Psychologist. And what was the second part of that question?
How do you manage everything? I guess like how do we balance or like prioritize or manage our time maybe?
Well, I'm fortunate because I have a nice allotted 40-hour work week where I don't work nights or weekends. And I think that makes a world of difference because it gives me that sort of
Freedom.
carved out time to relax and spend time with family, stuff like that.
And I think for me, well, like Nathan said, I think his schedule is more flexible. Or like when I start residency, I feel like I'm going to be busier since I'm going to be working longer hours and I'm going to be doing night shift eventually. I think we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, the weekends are so, I think with the help of COVID,
It
staying,
helps.
we're both homebodies, so I feel like it helps.
If we weren't before, we are now.
Yeah, I think
I think we're used to it.
Yeah.
It's enough now.
Yeah, and even when Nathan's at work or and while I'm at home, we still text. We still keep in touch. We send each other
Exchange memes.
yeah funny memes,
Snaps.
Snapchats. I update him about like Theo, what he's doing or what stuff like that. And I think at the end of the day, we both just know each other's priorities and what we want.
Yes.
You can clearly see what his priority is right now, and that's to show off his mustache. So Nathan can't eat the cake, but I would want a slice just to try it. He's gonna give me a slice.
How big of a slice do you want me to slice?
Just a
you?
tiny one. Ooh. This is a 2-layer cake, and I made the buttercream. Buttercream. I made the chocolate frosting. It's buttercream as well. I made everything from scratch. Is what I'm trying to say. It's hard to talk because the hairnet under this wig is so tight, and I'm getting a headache.
I love everything about her buttercream.
Should I edit that? Joe, are you in love with me?
I'll leave that up to you.
Ooh. Wow. No. Wow. So it's not the most aesthetically pleasing.
I think it's very aesthetically pleasing.
It's not, but I'm proud of this cake because I made it for myself for my 30th birthday. It looks good though.
It does look good. It looks delicious.
But Nathan's not gonna have this.
Carole, you have your cake. Now eat it, too.
No, say it with your accent.
You have your cake. Eat it, too.
I don't know who's talking, you or your mustache.
It's a little crooked now.
That's fine.
Is it good?
I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but this is probably the best chocolate cake I've ever had. Maybe when you're not so full, you can try it yourself. When you're not so full, don't.
Fucking Carole Baskin.
Baskin.
Yeah, Baskin.
Okay.
It does look really good.
It.
That was very rich, and I don't have that in me.
I got this online as well. The recipe. So good.
It looks like the cake in Matilda. Not Annie. Matilda.
This was actually called Death by Chocolate Cake.
I can see why.
And it's exactly. I think it's serving that exact purpose.
This is a girl shirt.
Huh?
Your buttons are on the wrong side.
Oh.
This is Joe Exotic for Carole Baskin. See y'all next time. Tiger Cubs, cool cats and kittens.
Bye.